Hi, I'm Abhinav Pal, an engineer from BITS Pilani. My teammate Shom Sharma and I built VeriScore together for the Finspark Hackathon 2026. So, yeah, VeriScore is a real-time fraud detection system designed specifically for Indian banking rails, UPIs, AIMS, and NEFT. The problem we are solving, most banks today uses a rule-based fraud system that generate too many false positives. Legitimate transaction gets blocked, fraud analysts are overwhelmed, and when a transaction is flagged, nobody gets told why. VeriScore fixes that. Every flag comes with a reason. The tech stack here we choose. Before I show you the product, let me quickly explain our technology choices. Because we didn't pick these randomly, this is the exact same stack used by real fintech companies in production. React on the front end, the industry standard for financial dashboards. Express and a node on the backend used by PayPal, LinkedIn, and Uber. The fast AI API for our Python experience microservices used by Netflix and Microsoft for high performance ML APIs. And PostgreSQL for our database. We choose PostgreSQL specifically because fraud detection is not just about scoring transactions, it's about accountability. Every analyst decision, every risk score, every flag needs to be permanently recorded with a timestamp. That's a compliance audit trail. PostgreSQL gives us that, and it also handles our SHAP explainability output as structured JSONB data. The entire system is deployed on Versal, Render, Neon. For fraud detection, we choose XGBoost Extreme Gradient Boosting. This is not a random choice. XGBoost has is the standard algorithm that are like used by banks, insurance companies, and payment processors like for production globally. Here's why it's perfect for fraud. It builds hundred of decision trees, each one learning from the mistakes of the one before. A single tree might say if the amount is five times the account average and the device is new, flag it. The next tree corrects where the first was wrong. Out of 300 trees, you get a risk score from 0 to 100. Our model achieved an AOC ROC of 0.993 and a recall of 93%. That means it catches 93 out of the 100 actual frauds. That's better than most of the commercial fraud system. So here in the analyst dashboard, at the top metrics, transactions scored today, how many are flagged, the average risk score, and blocked count. So in the table, each transaction shows its ID, sender and receiver accounts, amount in rupees, the XG boost risk score, and the fraud signal that triggered it. Uh, so notice the color coded risk badges: red for high risk, amber for medium. The signal column shows the fraud pattern our model identified. So now watch what happens when I click on transactions. Uh, This is where VeriScore is different from every other fraud demo you will see today. Most systems give you a number, we give you a reason. The panel below shows a SHAP driven explanation. SHAP stands for Shapely Additive Explanation, a game theory concept applied for machine learning. It tells us exactly what features drove the score, what percentage contribution. In the case, the amount is 8.4 times the account's typical transfer. Let me see. Yeah, so our Grok AI model then takes the SHAP signal and writes a plain English explanation, one technical version from the fraud analyst, and a simpler reassuring version for the customer who receives a notification. So, wait. So here in our Neon Cloud database, you can see the decision was recorded instantly. Yeah. So the reason we built VeriScore is simple. Explainable real-time fraud detection should be standard for Indian banks, not a premium feature. Today, most PSUs banks still rely on rule engines written years ago. They can't adapt to new patterns. They frustrate customers with false positives, and analysts get nothing but a flag and a number. VeriScore plugs in a microservice, no exchanges to anything existing core banking system, no changes to any existing core banking system. A transaction arrives, gets scored in under 2 seconds, and analyst gets a real explanation. This is the architecture that serious fintech company uses. Uh, we have proven it works, and we believe every bank in India, starting with Bank of Maharashtra, should have something exactly like this. So yeah, very score is a real-time fraud detection, and this is like what our we have built. Thank you.